Oh, okay. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, we're back, and this is our last day in Vietnam for this trip. We did something that is not very typical of the solo crew, but we had a lot of fun. And I say not very typical of us because we usually don't do the amusement park thing. We typically try and do more naturey things or cultural things when we are on vacation because we just really don't like the crowds. But there's really no way getting around doing this amusement park because one thing on our bucket list was to see the Golden Bridge, and that's inside of this amusement park. So with no other way around it, we let our tour company plan an entire day for us at this amusement park. But we all decided as a family and knew going into this that we were not going to spend the entire day there and that we were going to go see the Golden Bridge and then kind of move on. So this amusement park is actually really big, and the only way to get up to it is through these cable cars. This is one instance that I was super excited to have a guide with because we got to the front of the line, had already had everything paid for, and our guide got us right onto a cable car. We had no lines to wait in. There are also multiple routes that you can take in the cable cars, and our guide knew exactly which one to take to get us to the place we wanted to go. So I guess this view from these cable cars is supposed to be absolutely amazing, but it was foggy and rainy, so we didn't get to see any of that beautiful view. And when we got to the Golden Bridge, we could barely see the hands. Something I always find myself doing before trips is looking at the photos that are taken in the places we're gonna be. And sometimes not even the Instagrammy ones, but the popular professional photographer photos. And this is one of those locations that I saw some of the most magical photos taken of, that I had my heart set on getting a photo just like that I took. And we got up there and it was so foggy.
Yeah. And they make it look old, like putting the dark color and the moss outside, you see. But it just built about in 2017.
Okay. You hear that, Carrie?
This one here above. Why do you have people like every
It's built in 2017, he said.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See that? A little kindness goes a long way, guys.
All right, guys.
I gotta take this down, don't I?
Happy New Year. Okay, let's do anything, guys. Let's hold the bridge. Cheese.
I'm pretty sure at this point I was holding back tears because I was so disappointed that it was rainy and cold and foggy and I wasn't going to get what I wanted. And I know just how childish that all sounds, but when you travel so far to go to a place and have this expectation that is not met, well, it's very disappointing. Look, come stand by the hand. So one thing I love about my husband is that he knew exactly what I wanted when we got to this bridge, so he gave me some time to take some pictures. I walked around with the kids, got some videos, and just tried to enjoy it knowing I would probably never ever be back here. Definitely did not get the clear skies and beautiful mountain landscape pictures that we had seen all over the internet, but we definitely got some super cool footage and really unique photos of these hands in the fog. So I wasn't super disappointed, and I had my husband treat me like a little princess when I was trying to take my photos. So my heart was filled, even though I had to come to terms with it not being exactly what I had pictured. getting my fill at the Golden Bridge, we decided it was lunchtime, and our guide brought us to a cafeteria that was self-serve buffet style with some of the most amazing food. Food did not disappoint on this entire trip. There were vegetarian and gluten-free options at this place, so we all got everything we wanted. So even though we told our tour company that we weren't interested in any of the other sites at the amusement park, they still added on a few. And one of them was this beer garden, where we ended up going all the way up to the back of this amusement park to this random German style beer garden and got to taste some of the beer they had. AJ definitely enjoyed this, and you got to kind of walk around and tour the brewery as well, which was pretty neat. So like I mentioned earlier about the beautiful mountains, I'm pretty sure through all this fog and behind all of these buildings are beautiful mountain landscapes, but we really didn't get to see any of that because of the fog. So I think the mountain landscape and the scenery is part of the allure of this amusement park, and we didn't really get to enjoy any of that because of the fog. But we got to do what we wanted to do. We played some games, we got some souvenirs, and we headed back down the mountain on the cable car. Start it right there. Our tour guide loved me by the end of this trip because I kept having him be our tripod, and I would set up the camera and have him hold it, and we were actually waiting for people to take their picture here and then just said screw it and kind of jumped in, but he was great about it all and was really enthusiastic too. So since the tour company had scheduled us to be at Bana Hills for the entire day, and when we cut the day short because we didn't want to do all the amusement park stuff, our tour guide was really confused, and we just told him, hey, drop us off in Ancient Town and have the rest of the day to yourself. Having an entire afternoon to ourselves with zero expectations to just walk around Hoi An probably was one of our favorite afternoons of the whole trip. It was also New Year's Eve, and like Japan, it is a very celebrated day. One big difference though is where in Japan a lot of places are closed for New Year's, most things were open here in Vietnam. So we got some coffee and food, and we headed back to our hotel shortly after. Turned her head at the same time. It was really weird. How was it? Terrifying. How so? There we go. Very cute.
I don't have reason for you. Why you don't? I think you need to do more night after tomorrow.
You want to stay with Anna?
Stay with Anna?
So we had some great experiences on this trip, but I think staying in Hoi An might be our kids' favorite, especially Everly. This is Anna, and she was one of the staff at the hotel that we stayed at, and she was absolutely in love with our kids, to the point where Everly seriously was thinking about staying with her after we left. It was so hard getting the kids to bed that night because I just wanted to stay up and hang out with Anna. She was really so great with the kids, and I'm so glad we have these videos to remind them that they had this incredible experience with someone who came in on their off day to say goodbye to them. We had our highs and we had our lows on this trip, and it's a trip to remember, that's for sure. Oh, but one more thing, because this was a trip of lows and I never want to forget this. But one morning in Hoi An, AJ was drinking out of a mug and it fell off with the handle in his hand still, and they tried to blame our kids because they thought they were too rowdy. But in reality, their mug just literally broke and fell apart in AJ's hand, so we almost got charged $2,000 to get it fixed, but then our tour company saved us, so that was great. Thanks, okay, bye.